Great, thank you so much. Hang on, let me
That's
set a
so
timer.
strong.
I know, it's always like that.
I'm scared.
Okay, are we ready, divas?
Yeah.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Let's get into it.
Oh my gosh, we're joined today by extra special guest judge, the hilarious Ross Matthews. No, we're joined today by bestie of the pod, Jake. Woo! So exciting. The person who consistently keeps the most, the latest episodes of the podcast, the ones that we posted first, alive.
Yes.
Those stats are only thriving because of you, because you're on the third or fourth episode of the pod literally ever.
Clock it. I'm on 74 episodes.
I know, but you showed up to the pod before he did.
That's right. I don't know who this man is.
So I'm the owner of this house.
Bam.
It's literally, you are the owner of this house. You are Pam. Yes, joined today by extra special guest judge. I'm so excited. I love talking about anything with you specifically. To be super specific, anything.
Sure.
But I'm really excited to talk about Dance Moms with you, and I'm excited to have Jake and Eli in the same room, and I'm excited to get rid of this pillow that is at war with me.
You're putting it on the floor?
Yeah.
Well, things don't go on the floor.
You know what's on the floor? My standards for you, and you're also somehow still disappointing me. So maybe shut your mouth.
Damn.
Right here. Let me have it, Diva. Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Pyramid, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. My name is Amanda, and I'm your host every single freaking week, except for the weeks that I'm not.
And I'm Eli, the dipshit participation trophy of co-hosts.
Who are you?
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm your worst fucking nightmare.
Your worst fucking nightmare.
I realized halfway through that, I was like, what's Jake about to do? I don't know.
A backflip.
Never let him know your next move.
You
Diva.
flip.
For real, never let him know. Yes, joined today by Jake.
the straightest man you know.
So true.
It's Pride Month's over, bitch. Quit being gay.
Looking aggro AF today in the backwards baseball cap because it's July 1st.
That's
time
why
to stop
Liza-
being gay.
That's why Liza approached me in the first place.
Liza hates Jake, and the only
She hates gay people.
The only explanation is because she's homophobic.
Liza!
I know.
She also hates lesbian Emily, the bestie. So every time she sees Emily, she hisses at her.
Oh.
So
But I
don't
look
know.
like you today. Clock it.
Yes,
So
yes.
she was
So
like, hey.
today she was like, "Oh, hey, girl," and was like meowing at Jake and like wanted to play and hang out or whatever because he's dressed like you.
I've never worn a backwards hat in my life.
I don't know if I believe
Not
that.
one single time.
It might be in your future.
Oh, God, I
There's
hope
still
not.
time. There's still
I've seen
time.
your family line.
Don't worry. There's still time, bestie. Yeah, but now that Jake is looking like this, she just like showed up and she was like ready to hang out. It was so
Hateful.
weird. Yeah.
is weird.
And hates Emily. Will not talk to Emily.
That's very bizarre.
It's very bizarre. The only thing I can think of is homophobia.
Also, well, speaking of which, June is the gay month, and I think
True.
July is the straightest month.
Oh yeah, we have 4th of
4th of
July.
July.
My pronouns are USA.
Yeah, very that. The Olympics are going on right now. Yeah, it's very...
Yeah.
It's the most aggro month, I
Yes.
fear. That like...
summer.
Yeah, it's the summer. It's hot as fuck outside.
Tank tops and beer.
4th of July,
In that order.
independence, tank tops, beer, and bitches. And it's just like, what's going on, actually?
Booze and bitches.
I'm a little scared. Yeah, it's crazy. Are you divas ready to get into your pyramid of life?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, who wants to start?
I'll go first.
Slay. What do you have?
I don't
Starting
hate-
at the bottom.
Starting at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't hate a lot of things. Me when I lie.
That is patently untrue.
when I
Yeah,
lie.
me when I lie. Lying is
the
free.
thing that I hate the most at this current moment is what we're gonna call deceptive marketing, but make it gay.
Okay, you and I are about to get schooled. Okay,
All right, let me tell you a couple things.
there's some tea on the internet.
What should I start with? Should I start with Space Camp or should I start with Matthew and Paul?
I want you to start with Space Camp because I know something about that,
Okay.
and then ease me into something I know nothing about.
All right, Grandma, Grandpa, you ready?
Yes.
So,
You bet.
In this situation, I would be grandpa, you would be grandma. Continue.
right. Clock the trucker hat.
Yeah. Thank you. Continue.
Okay, so Space Camp is I have to start with the Sturniolo triplets, who are
Love. I do. I'm so sorry. It's my guilty pleasure content.
they're
Sorry.
fine.
I think they're fine.
It's a set of as the name suggests, triplets.
Oh.
Well, triplets is with 3. Let's wait till there's 4. The Sturniolo triplets are like, they're pretty young. They're younger than me, which I'm just turned 18.
They just turned 21, I think. Like,
They're
young.
very young.
Yeah, they're kids.
Basically. So Nick Sturniolo is the gay one. The other 2 are straight. And
Allegedly.
this is important and relevant because I'm gay. These lyrics are important to me, Addison Rae, because I'm Addison Rae.
As a gay man, everything's about me, and important to me that's gay because I'm gay. Everything's
You're so
about
right.
me.
Yeah, everything's relevant to me. I have my finger to the pulse. No, so Nick Sturniolo came out with a chapstick brand called Space Camp. And put a pin in that. There is another content creator who goes by Be Better because that's the name of his brand. He sells like really like high-end BEE Better.
Okay.
He sells a lot of from Canada, sells a lot of high-end like honey with saffron in it.
Oh, damn.
Saffron is expensive as hell. So
Damn.
this honey is like $85 a jar.
Jesus.
Like gourmet.
Which is insane and crazy, but it's he's not like marketing to people who are like 15 and want to do something.
Right. He's marketing to like chefs and fine dining people.
Correct. It's for people who like actually want to give a fuck about that kind of thing.
Okay.
Can't relate,
So
but sure.
he is also allegedly, one of his bits is that he's the youngest man in Canada to graduate with an MBA. He is quite young. He looks very young. He's a twink with nice hair and nice skin and has things to say.
That's why he's a twink.
Don't I know it? So not from me personally, but from the people around that look like that.
Sure.
They always have something to say, and I have to go.
Yeah.
Be Better has a series on TikTok where it's him explaining celebrity marketing choices and why they're going down and like why these brands are not going to be built to last because this is what they're doing wrong, this is what they're doing wrong, this is what they could be doing. Like a really good example that he did recently was like Chamberlain Coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Like Emma Chamberlain's coffee brand.
Oh, yeah.
And like, hey, it's really good coffee and it's good stuff. However,
Why
the
isn't it doing
marketing is
better?
shit. Right.
Interesting.
So she should do, in my professional opinion, this, and this to kind of boost up her brand if she cares about keeping it alive.
Sure.
So Miss Groma's thing must be better makes a video unpatented, unwarranted, being like, hey.
An unsolicited gay opinion.
I've never heard of anything like that. All of the opinions that I've been asked of
are solicited.
Unsolicited.
And correct. Now that you mention
exactly.
it.
God told me. Ordained. Made a video about how Nick Sturniolo's like Space Camp chapstick brand is also Chop. First of all, it's $83 in Canada with like the shipping and whatever.
I heard about
for the
that.
3 things of
It's
chapstick.
3 chapsticks in a little cardboard carton.
And even
it's
for
like
us
$85.
here in America, where like the shipping's not that bad, it's like
But like you can't
50,
say
like $25 something.
And you can't say that you offer international shipping if international shipping is like $75. Like that you technically do, but like not really.
It's not accessible.
Right. So Be Better is like, first of all, that's wild. Second of all, not great chapstick. Third of all, one of the like key points of Space Camp for Nick Sturniolo's marketing scheme is like, oh, I owned it, I operated it, I came up with this idea. But Be Better is like, why are we lying? Because I have
me when I lie.
Me when I lie. Because there's publicly like you can access information about businesses. Like it's legally you have to do so. Of like who's owning it, who's running it, who's operating it, where's your tax money coming from, and like he's fully not the owner 100%.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But Be Better was even like, well, it's not even that big of a thing because like this happens all the time where like businesses come up with an idea and then they like shop around to influencers of who's going to be like
the
spokesperson in the chair in the face for the person to say like, oh, I own it. They don't give a shit as long as they're selling it. Right.
Sure.
So Nick Sturniolo gets on there because the fans are like, clock it, 11 and 12.
Right. And
that's
me.
the average. And
Yikes.
Amanda Baugh.
Whoops. I think they're funny.
Clap if you're surprised. No notes.
I think they're funny. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, continue.
Your fangirling experience, your resume.
Oh, I would like to
your
back
roster.
up. I would like to back up. I first and foremost know that my fanning is rotted, gutted, and awful. I know this. I also would not ever say that I fangirl over 3 21-year-old boys.
But you weren't going to admit that shit until I said something. You're on no further
That's
questions.
probably fair.
Now that I've been caught, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, O.J. Simpson. If I did it, yeah, exactly.
How
If I did kill that
I
bitch
did
who
it,
deserved
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Now that you mention it, yeah.
So anyway, Nick Sturniolo gets on his Twitch stream. Like, it's not anything special. It's just another day in the workroom, and and he's like, "Hey, I know everybody here who can barely read has some questions, so let me talk to you all." First of all, I own it. I came up with it. Like, I founded this brand. Let's move on. No further questions. So, like, and then the girlies that are just learned what CapCut is because they just figured out how to spell it are making edits about, like, oh, my God, she cleared Be Better. And, like, her evidence was...
I did it. Yeah.
Her evidence was, I know you are, but what am I?
My sources are... Yaha.
Your Honor, I didn't do that shit.
Yeah.
Your Honor, the fuck not.
Your Honor, my client didn't know that was wrong.
Yeah.
My client didn't know that was illegal.
Innocent by way of stupidity.
Right. And it just kind of faded away, but that got me together. I was like, that's stupid as shit. Like, why are we letting this bitch get away with this?
Yeah.
And then segue to the shit that's more important because Amanda does not know anything about this.
True.
Because this is on my side of TikTok curated for sure because this is actually some gay shit.
So I got recommended the first video, and then every time that you and I sent messages about it back and forth, I kept getting more and more videos recommended, and I purposefully didn't watch it because I was like, I need Jake to explain this to me.
So here's what
I need to talk to a gay person.
I was high one night, and
Great start.
Slay.
God, great start.
Slay.
God, listen.
In Missouri, it's legal.
It's Missouri, it's legal, Devo.
No, yeah.
Partake
And
responsibly.
he lives in Missouri.
No, I'm on board.
Partake responsibly.
So I came across this initial video. Matthew and Paul are very, like, I had never seen them before this. I had maybe seen, like, one or two things that they had done before. But I usually don't get, like, the curated gay twink content because I'm not that with gay people.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Like, okay. There's a lot of, like,
Tell me about it,
gay
girl.
couples that, like, their thing is that they're a gay couple.
Yes.
Oh,
See,
sure, yeah.
And,
Chris
like, I'm
Olsen and Ian.
I support gay rights and I support gay wrongs.
Right.
I want to hear about it every 3 seconds. Don't shove that shit down my throat.
Fair. No, there are straight couples that are like that too, where their whole internet personality is being in a couple, and
Right.
it's like,
It's a half step away from family blogging, and the half
Yes.
step away is having, like,
a child.
Like, truly.
Yeah, once you have a kid, then you're a family blogger. Oh,
Right, exactly.
my earring just fell out. Keep going. That was so weird.
Nobody panic.
I thought it was a bug.
So, one of the gays, I can't remember which one, I'm so sorry. He publishes books. That's what he does. He publishes gay books. So there's this book that he wrote, like a picture book for children, about these two penguins that are gay, and, like, they're, like, whatever, chopped around, whatever, doing whatever it is that the gay penguins do. And they want to adopt a child, and they end up, like, by the end of the book, they adopt it and whatever, and it's cute and it's lovely and it's feel good because it's a children's book, right?
Yeah.
It's meant to, like, do that,
Right.
elicit those emotions because it's geared towards those kinds of people. And what happened was he showed a video of, like, he was in the middle of an email being read to him because he's blind.
Okay.
Right? I did not catch that when I was high. I was like, why is this bitch letting Siri just, like, Google Translate read this shit to him? And I looked in the comments.
He was like, "This sounds fake to me. I think that this, like, maybe is a little cooked up."
sent
And
that
then
to- and I said,
immediately,
"Just kidding."
he immediately said in all caps, "Just kidding. I didn't realize he's blind. Oh my god, like, that's so embarrassing for me. I'm so sorry."
That in and of itself was so funny.
He was like, "I don't know about this phone call. It sounds kind of fake." And then was like, "Oh my god, just kidding. It was an assisting reader. I'm so sorry."
yeah, so cancel.
I'll tweet his address. Don't worry.
Please tweet my address later. Come see about me. Just kidding. No one wants to get a mystery.
True.
So then, after I, like, woke up and was sobered up, I was like, actually, wait, I smell a stunt. Because after the fact, like, after this email's read of, like, hey, we can't stock your book, there was, like, a policy issue, like, you know, we're sending it back, we're refunding, like, the shipments we ordered. There were, like, 100 books, this bookstore. Which,
Wow.
from the jump,
Dang.
sounded really interesting to me.
Sure.
Because a lot of the bookstores that I know about, especially the small indie ones that, like, he was alluding to, they can't tank that kind of request.
No, they can't.
Yeah, 100 books
100 books.
of a picture book.
And of a picture book, of a
Yeah.
children's picture book, and they ordered plushies of the penguins with, like, cute little rainbow bow ties.
Sure.
Which, by the way, you can buy yourself in the TikTok shop for $25.
Ooh, yikes! Keep going. That's
Anyway,
crazy.
so, like, right off the top, I was like, I don't know. Like, maybe if he had a signing, which he did not clarify until, like, a week later when, like, the girls were coming for him in the comments of, like, oh, yeah, I did have a signing at that bookstore. Even then, though, like, it has to be a really solid book or, like, a really, like, widely awaited sequel to, like, some
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
like, you know,
yeah.
like Fourth Wing Rebecca Yarros. Like, it has to
Right.
be, like, the sequel coming after
It has
that,
to be
where,
the
like,
next
they
Red
know
Rising book.
It's gonna fly off the shelves. If they're
Right.
ordering 100, let alone 50.
Yeah, really
So already
well-known
I was
author.
like, yikes. However, right after he was like, that email was read to him, and, like, she was like, you know, the best regards, Tanya, whatever. He's boohooing, he's sobbing. There's jump cuts all over the place. I'm like, interesting. And then he turns to the camera and he's like, well, maybe you want to buy my book. And then, like, he goes through, like, the whole, like, plot details and, like, it's about these two penguins and they fall in love. And, like, he's crying and his dog's comforting him. He's like, it's okay, everyone. Like, it's fine. And then his, like, book obviously sells out and it goes viral. And then there's a follow-up video of, like, him reacting to it going viral.
Oh
his
my
husband's videoing him
god.
coming
That's
from a walk.
That's crazy.
Here's the thing. I support gay rights. I support gay wrongs. I cannot support these gay wrongs in good conscience because,
Right.
my God, first of all, no indication has been made that they said no thank you because it's homophobic.
True.
Not
Yes,
once.
true.
he used the word first of banned book. He said, like, in the big thing, he's like, my book was banned from this bookstore.
Girl.
That's not the truth, Ellen.
That's pulling the sympathy card.
That's not
Yes.
when it's unwarranted.
That's what all this
so
is.
then
You're preying on an ally.
Another gay bookseller, which clock here from St. Louis,
Slade.
because I've been to his bookstore before. He was like, "Hey, this is a little shady because if I were to go in as a bookstore person and try to buy your book like she did, first of all, you're a private seller, you're indie, which means that you can't get returns as easily. Like if you like have stock like left over, usually like if it's from a big publisher, they will take it up from you. There's somebody's job at like Random House Publishing to take those books that you cannot sell at
the
your
extras,
bookstore, no matter what you try, and redistribute it everywhere else.
Oh,
but
interesting.
when you are getting it from somebody who's publishing independently, that shit immediately becomes 90% harder because now you're stuck with the stock that you either have to liquidate or deeply discount, and then you're out the money.
Yeah.
Also, he made the minimum order 50 books. So probably what was happening initially before he came on and clarified stuff because people were pressing him was, maybe they tried to buy 2 books, but it ended up being like 2 crates.
Yeah, right. 2 units and not 2 books.
And not 2 actual books.
Right, because they're sold in units of 50.
Correct. So already that's crazy. Then Matthew and Paul were liking in their comments like, "Oh, we dropped the bookstore that like said no, thank you. We need to like go drag them." And
no, you don't. No,
he
you
liked
don't.
the comments.
No, you
provided
don't.
no context. So now there's like this random girl in Canada named Tanya who has her bookstore, a black woman.
Oh,
She's one video, like 12 followers, dragging her shit.
Crazy.
With no context whatsoever. And guess what Paul and Matthew are doing? Nothing.
Raking in the money.
Correct.
Off of people buying
They're
their
saying,
book.
"Oh my god, our book is viral, blah, 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 blah," and providing no notes. And then he came back later and was like, "Hey, there's this girl named Tanya. Let's lift her up. Let's do this.
Diva,
but like,
that's mess.
After being dragged boots the house by
Yeah.
another girl being like, "Hey girl, this is crazy. Here's a call in.
Yeah.
You can't be doing this."
Yeah.
Saying that your book is banned, inciting like shit with people in the
Yeah.
comments being like,
Pulling the
"I buy
sympathy
your book.
card.
I can't believe someone's being homophobic to you." But that's probably not even what happened.
Yeah.
What happened was after we pressed him on it, he said, "Oh, the event was canceled, so they had to send it back." Yeah, that sucks because you just ate a couple $1,000s. That shit sucks. As a certified and verified poor, because I'm in the education system. That shit sucks.
Sure.
When I found out that I accidentally left my renting insurance on auto pay for Progressive, hey girl, Progressive friend, enemy.
Progressive, if you're watching.
Enemy
if
of
you're
the
watching.
It's on site.
It's on site. When I found out that I'd have to wait 8 business days for $250 to walk back into my account, baby, sick.
Tears.
I was sick.
I was torn up.
I said I was torn up. I was sad. But like, so I understand.
Yeah.
That sucks. However, what that's not is being marginalized and hate crimed.
Yes.
And that's what got your book sold, Diva.
Right.
Not the fact that it's good content and good shit and people just wanted to support you in a tough time. You instantly made it something that it's not. And that's harmful to people who are actually experiencing those things.
Correct.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
Sorry that
crazy.
took 45 minutes.
No, that's okay. That's
It's a
true.
hell of a soapbox, though. That's like
But that's real.
sending internet, dude. The fucking
The internet hate to a small business is crazy.
and that happen. I've seen that happen so often, and such a bummer every time because like you're defenseless against it. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
as the small business?
Here's a hot take for you as well. There is a really strong online, and I'm saying this as a gay. There's a really strong media conditioning to equate a good person to be a gay person. Assuming
Speak
that all
on it.
gay people are great people.
What do
That
you
is
know
not
about
the
being
case.
a gay evil person?
I know everything about it.
should write a
I'll be the
book on
first
it.
to admit that I am not Mother Teresa 100%. I'm not. I mean, do I educate for the better of tomorrow? Yeah, I guess. But like, I'm coming for a bag at the end of the day, and so is everybody else.
Yeah, that's fair. No, but that is real. Or like,
I love my kids. However, money.
yeah,
We're all externally motivated by something.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a job if
True.
you didn't need money.
yeah. Like,
I
come
wouldn't.
on,
Please welcome to the stage, late stage capitalism.
for
the latest
real.
stage.
The latest of stages.
For real. No, I hate that. That's crazy. And to do that to a small business and then to be like, you guys should go like shit on this woman's small business is crazy because they didn't want to sell my book.
And, I mean, they didn't say it outright, but they co-signed it.
Yeah, and also you're an author. Like that's just the struggle, girl. Like you're trying to make a
Yeah.
business or like make a brand, make a, whatever,
Right.
and you're trying to get your book out there. You're not going to stick the landing every time. So if you're going to do this every time you get rejected, that's crazy.
All right, that's all I have on that.
That's crazy, though.
That's that on that.
I
yeah.
hate that. My bottom of the pyramid is something very hyper specific, but it really bothers me. I need to restart the timer to remind myself to fix the camera so it doesn't auto shut off. My bottom of the pyramid is that I, for the last 2 years maybe, have had a dry patch on the inside of my right finger that covers from the tip of my finger to the inside of the knuck. It is only on one side of my finger.
The hell you been doing?
I don't know. It's not on both hands. It's not literally anywhere else, but up and down the side of my finger. And it itches so bad. It's been there for 2 years. And every time I go to see somebody about it, they're like, why don't you just use a steroid cream? It'll go away. It, in fact, does not go away.
Damn.
I've had the same steroid cream, and I get a little bloop out, and I put it on almost every single day. Never gone away. But it's not spreading. So it's not like fungus or something icky. It's just something, I don't know what it is. And it's gross. So play doctor in the comments and tell me why my finger's itchy. I don't know.
Dermatologist, call in.
That's it. It's so itchy. It's so itchy that sometimes if I'm being annoying about it, I'll scratch it so much it'll bleed.
Oh my God.
It's that bad. It is cracked. You were talking about a cracked face right here, girl. It's crazy. There's a little bump. I hate it.
Damn.
That's wild, dude.
Anyway, it's been like this for 2 years. No, whatever. I don't know what that is.
This is just the thing you have to live with now. My knee is like that. It's just kind of shitty now. And that's just how it is.
Damn. Your knee on mic'd up. Here.
I'm what?
Can you pop your knee?
I'm probably not. No, it's not going to do it right now.
Damn, too young.
It's been
Fake.
straight. If it's been bent for a while,
fair.
then it'll go.
It'll make some noise. Same.
Sure. Yeah.
That's fair. What's the bottom of your pyramid, Eli?
Yeah, the bottom of my pyramid is ride shares being so goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
Speak on it, Diva.
It's unbelievable. Speaking of late stage capitalism, it is straight up extortion.
Yeah.
It's that Uber and Lyft, especially Uber. Uber is one of the most evil companies on the planet, by the way.
Sure.
You should look
True.
into their CEO.
Their CEO.
And their practices of not protecting both
Women.
drivers and especially women riders. Yes.
Crazy.
But anyway, it is straight up extortion. The drivers don't make shit because Uber and Lyft have them in a chokehold where they're dependent upon the company and they lease vehicles out to people that they can't afford, blah blah blah. And also getting a 15-minute ride somewhere cost me $61 the other day. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Right.
That's insanity.
Crazy.
So dumb.
It's crazy.
That is my tiny soapbox. Don't use rideshare if you can help it, but also don't drive drunk. Get your friend to come pick you up.
Also
Yay.
true.
Give them $5 for gas.
There you go.
Pay them $60.
We're back to the 90s.
Jake, what's the middle of your pyramid? Quickly.
It's really the bottom was the real big one. That was my 11 o'clock number.
That's fair.
The middle of the pyramid. I'm currently in the process of growing my hair out.
Sure.
It's never been this long in my entire life, but I wanted to give it a shot before I have clock it no hair. So for the legendary
Before you're in your balding era.
for the legendary house of no hair.
For the legendary house of where's my hairbrush?
But I went to the hairdresser today and she said, "Girl, get into it. Full send. You look great." I said, "Period." I'm also
Thank you,
graying
Tina.
at the same time. Yeah, thanks, Tina. But shout out friend of the podcast, cousin Tina.
Tina, if you're watching.
Tina, if you're watching,
Call in.
You're the one. Yeah, that's all I have. It's because it's annoying that it's growing like I'm getting to the awkward portions of it. One of the many. And I got lucked out because when I was doing summer school, I was able to wear hats.
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure.
Yes. So I was able to kind of get away with some of the pieces that would have been ooh, kind of rough. So
Kind
I'm
of questionable.
kind of questionable for sure. But so once we get into August and I start having to go back to school again for my 4th year, we'll have to see how that shakes out. But,
Yeah.
Yep. Until then.
Love that.
Yeah, that's what I got.
The middle of my pyramid is the activity of buying books. Jake has been here since Friday night. It's Monday evening right now. And I know it's the air conditioning unit that kicks on.
I thought it was Liza clomping around.
No, it's a noise that my AC unit makes when it kicks on that I'm choosing to ignore.
Damn.
My mom said it's probably nothing, so that's gospel.
All right.
Jake and I yesterday went on what can only be described as a bookstore crawl through the city of Nashville.
Sure.
Where we went
got some good ones.
Oh yeah, we went to McKay's out in West.
Solid.
We went to Novelette in East, a gay bookstore. Go support. They don't only sell gay stuff. It's a small independent bookstore that happens to be queer owned.
They only sell books to gay people, actually.
Well, yeah.
That's right. Amanda tried to buy a book and they said no.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
Just take a wiffle bat to any
like,
straight that walks in the door.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah. They were like, did you have a crush on Justin Bieber as a child? Hit the streets. You are not the target demo. Unless you're a man.
Right.
And then we went to the bookshop, also in East Nashville.
Nice.
And we went to Target the day before, which is also kind of book shopping because I got books at Target.
Yeah.
Love the activity of buying books. I've been on a book buying break because the budget is like this puss tight. You know what I mean?
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't have
go
any
home.
extra room. It is what it is.
I'm calling my mom to pick me up.
And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books over there on the table that I was finally able to figure it out. That you really like that one, baby girl, huh?
Oh, that really got
That
me.
really got you, didn't it? I took some of the books. If you don't know what the gag is about McKay's, you can take books you have and you can exchange them for store credit, and it's a used book and record and all this kind of stuff.
I bought a
place.
puzzle.
It's great.
Yeah.
Puzzle place. It's
bought a puzzle.
amazing.
Oh, it is a delightful place for
It's awesome.
kids and adults alike.
And it's
I love
huge.
It.
It's a warehouse. And I took 4 books off my shelf that I did not like, that I will not recommend, and I will not read again. And so I took them to McKay's and I swapped them out. And I got 2 books that are on my TBR list for free, basically, because you swap out the ones you don't want. And then I gave this girl the extra balance, and she was able to buy a puzzle.
Hey, I bought my puzzle.
So I love buying books. It is so expensive. Being a reader is a very expensive hobby if you're not playing the game, but also love buying books.
For sure.
Supporting a queer business, blah, blah, blah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Well, you know about being able to read.
Not
Nothing.
much.
You know a lot.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. The middle of my pyramid is getting caught in the rain. And
How is that a good thing?
Well, I'm referring to it happened this past Saturday. Addison and I were at a oh dear God. we were at a baseball game.
Sure.
There was a rain delay. We were like, let's just fucking get out of here. And as we're leaving, the skies opened up and it just erupted.
You had a
she
notebook moment, huh?
took off. We had a
Right.
We had a ride share waiting for us. I knew where it was.
Sure.
She did not.
Sure.
She thought she did.
Sure.
And she took off.
Gone.
It's okay. I support women's rights and wrongs.
Gone.
So
Girl.
I'm running after her. She's just giggling the whole way, having the time of her life.
Duh.
I about 5 seconds in, I'm as wet as I possibly can be.
Oh, no.
And so then we ran around, and I'm trying to chase her and figure out where she's going, and then how we get back to where we're supposed to go. And she's just giggling the whole time. And I'm like, this is like, from the outside, like, this is adorable. Just
Sure.
like a couple in love getting caught in the rain, and it's very cute and everything. But then also, I am fucking soaked and I'm cold and I'm mad.
Right.
And
yeah,
so,
and it's like, let's fucking go, girl.
I was just
Let's
like,
go,
it's,
diva.
it's this way. Unfortunately, the lift that we were getting into, we got in, and it's as though we just like poured a bucket
Yeah,
into
you're
his
like,
backseat.
I'm so
It was
sorry.
crazy.
Yeah.
We got in. He was so chill about
Oh,
it. He's
good.
like steering into puddles to make like big sprays, and it's like he's having fun with it. But
also, what if I get the flu?
I was
Right, what
I was
then?
unhappy for like
Yeah.
a little while, but you know.
It's
it was
cute,
still,
but it's
like,
also
it was still
like, it's
cute.
impractical, but it's cute.
Right.
Yes, I'm a very practical person,
You
and this
are.
was not the
Yeah.
best way to do this, and that stressed me out a
Could
little
have been
bit.
cute
but
in a more
also-
practical way.
Yeah,
but
adorable.
That's fine. What's the top of your pyramid, bestie?
My top of the pyramid is easy. I finished summer school this last Thursday, and
As a teacher.
God, yeah. Because of the way that my school year worked in Missouri, my last day was Friday, May the 24th.
Sure.
I had Memorial Day weekend, and I was back in summer school on Tuesday. So really, I've been working consecutively
Brutal.
for 10 months. So I'm happy to have like an extended break, for sure.
sure.
And kick it off with this score right here.
I guess it's
Liza.
not. It would be the worst that you just didn't get a break, but also that way you don't fall out of rhythm, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
There is
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
If
there
you had
is
like
that.
2 weeks off and then had to come back, that would fucking suck.
Sure. Last
Yeah.
year I had like that whole week there.
Right.
And then I came back the following week. That wasn't terrible.
Sure.
But like 19 days as opposed to 16, what are we doing here?
Yeah, like what's the point?
Right. We were there for like we had kids Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of that week.
Ooh.
I was like, what? Why we need 3 days?
Yeah, that's brutal.
Let's just do a full week and call it good.
That's brutal. Get out of here.
Bye.
The top of my pyramid is some internet drama I'll explain very quickly. There's a woman on TikTok. Her name is Brooke Schofield.
Oh yeah.
She has publicly, she was a celebrity, but like before the tea like was spilled. She has ruined her ex-boyfriend. Annihilated him. His name is Clinton Kane. He's a singer, if you can call it that. And he does like...
He's a recording artist.
Yeah, I wouldn't say musician.
Yeah, artist is doing a lot of work.
His songs fucking suck ass. But he's like this TikTok emo boy who touts about like loving, like I just don't want to live in a world without you and blah, blah, blah. He posted TikTok promoting his new song. And Brooke has kind of like talked about like, yeah, he was kind of sketch and like I didn't really like, the vibe.
She didn't name names also.
Yeah,
important.
right. She was like, I dated a singer, which like everybody knew it was him because they were pretty public. But she was like, I don't know, the vibe was just kind of bad. It was just kind of weird, whatever. She's never really fully like gone after it like that. She's kind of just been like, we were only together for 3 months. The vibe was off, whatever.
That's fine. That could be her fault for all we know.
Yeah, we don't know. We weren't there, whatever. Clinton Kane last week posted TikTok promoting his new song, wherein he says, when I've been over the relationship for 2 years and she won't stop yapping. And Brooke Schofield says, oh, you know what? That's so interesting.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
She makes a 13-part series on her...
She rolls up her sleeves.
Yes. Clinton Kane has done the following things. First of all, he has faked being from Australia. One of his things was that he was from Australia. That's about how his accent sounded.
Basically.
Fully not from Australia.
You mean perfect?
Yeah,
you got it.
Exactly. Yeah, never slipped
That's why
out.
we were deceived.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah,
never, he fully was like, I'm from Australia. That was a lie. He was from, Ohio.
It's the least Australian place on the planet.
Yeah, one of his biggest, things about his career was in, the emotions and, the grieving process. He purported that he lost his mother, father, and brother in the same calendar year. That is, in fact, not true.
Cool.
Only his dad had passed away when he was a child. So
Still sad,
but not the truth,
but
Ellen.
not at
That's
all the
not
truth.
what happened.
Right.
Then, when they started dating, he did the gross, love bombing, abusive boyfriend thing, where he isolated her for 4 or 5 days. Would not let her go home. Would not let her speak to her friends. And was like, when you're not emotional, when you're not here with me all the time, it really triggers me, and it brings up PTSD and trauma and whatever. And eventually, she finds out that he's been cheating on her the whole time. He's been texting other girls. He's been at the studio, not real. He was fucking other women, 8, 9 other girls on the roster in the phone at all times. Crazy shit.
Who has the time for that?
Right.
Him, I guess.
I guess.
But what's so nice is that she it was just the way that she cleaned his clock.
Yeah.
He was she won't stop yapping. And she's like, actually, I've never gone in on what really went down. And if you're going to dress up as Columbo, I'm going to come in as Sherlock Holmes. If this is the game that you want to play, let's fucking go. And he had to turn off all the comments on all of his videos and stop posting because the girls in the comments were mad.
They got his shit wrecked.
And he fucking sucks, so he deserves it a little bit.
Yeah, that's
you know what
brutal.
I mean? You lied about your parents dying, or if your dad is dead. You lied about your mom dying. You wrote a grieving song about your mom, who is very much alive. That's psychotic.
I gotta wonder what she thinks about that.
That's what I'm saying. So somebody asked Brooke, well, how did you know he was lying about his parents? And she was like, girl, because his mom came to a show and introduced herself to me, and I was like, what do you mean you're dead? That's part of how she found out.
Oh,
Crazy.
that's wild.
So just the way, and she wasn't that mean. I mean, as someone whose taste in men is clock it, uggos, I can sympathize with someone who you know this to be the truth.
I don't.
You're deep sighing as you were just giving me shit about this the other night at my sister's house about men that I have a crush on canonically are ugly.
Keith Davidson.
Yeah, as someone who my sister referred to as Keith Davidson. She meant Pete.
Pete Davidson?
She meant Pete Davidson.
Oh, yeah, he's not a great-looking dude.
He's so hot. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I can sympathize with a girl who has a crush on a medium ugly guy. I get it. I've been there too, sister. I see you in that place. But she wasn't that mean. The only mean thing she said was that she was like, you guys have seen him. I didn't think I was going to have to worry about him cheating.
Damn.
That's pretty devastating.
Damn, that is devastating.
But it's pretty funny. And it's kind of true. And that was the only real mean thing she said. Everything else was just
fact.
receipts.
Right.
Here's an itemized list.
Incredible.
Of all of your nonsense.
Yeah. In alphabetical order, by
ugly.
order of importance. Also, you're ugly.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous counts.
Gorgeous counts.
Hilarious.
Anyway, Brooke Schofield, top of my pyramid.
Dope. Top of my pyramid is the city of Albuquerque, New Mexico. First time I've been there. It is fantastic. The weather is gorgeous. It is beautiful.
Slay.
The air breathes cleaner out. Dude, every time I go
It
out
always
west,
does out there. I'm telling you.
And then I come back here and I can't fucking breathe. I'm like, oh, there's pollution.
Like,
and
I hate it
pollen,
here,
and
actually.
It's awful.
Yeah, actually gross.
No, but the food.
gross.
All right, so the food out there, like, there's incredible. Like, it's one of the most diverse cities in the country. And also, I had food at this Mexican restaurant that like was fucking life changing. It was legit one of the best meals I've ever had. So good.
Loving that.
Yeah, shout out to Albuquerque.
Slay.
Also has 320 days of sunshine a year or something like that. Just like
God.
the best weather. The best.
That's incredible.
This is not sponsored.
Yeah. Albuquerque,
Albuquerque,
Mexico.
if you're listening, let us know. Okay, perf.
Totes.
Before we get into the content of the episode,
Now we're 40 minutes into it.
we are not. Shut the fuck up. We're only like 20. We got 2 emails, girl.
Oh.
You and I got 2 emails.
We haven't been in the email game
I
for
know.
a while.
One of them is from a listener named Kami.
Okay.
It's just pronounced like Amy with a K.
Cool.
Hi, Amanda and Eli. My name is Kami, and I'm a pre-break fan of your podcast.
Wow.
Damn.
She's been in the trenches,
Long time.
diva.
Hey,
Yeah,
diva.
long time.
First time, long time.
Yeah, for real. I just wanted to say thank you for making this content. You bring so much happiness and a much needed break from my life every single freaking week, except for the weeks that you don't. Winky emoji. Slay. Fair enough. Thank you. Thank you for always supporting the LGBTQ plus community. It truly means so much to us. And just seeing more people being supportive and talking about it is so amazing, and it means so much. I love your podcast. Please keep making more. Love, Kami, pronounced Amy with a K.
Shout out, Kami.
We're Kami.
Slay me. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
The other one is from a listener of the podcast named Florence. The subject line of the email is 2 hosts, 1 email. In parentheses in all caps, I am so sorry.
That's good. That's good.
She says, "Hi, my dudes. I apologize for the title. I could not help myself.
Fair.
Let's be real. It's more appropriate here than on a TV show about small children anyway."
From the legendary house of Self-Aware.
Yes.
True. Dance Moms just came on to free streaming service over here in the UK, and I was so psyched to find your podcast to go with my rewatch. I just listened to every episode in the last 2 weeks, and now I'm
Oh my God.
I know. It's a lot of brain rot,
Probably
girl.
on
You should go see a doctor, maybe.
1.5 speed or
You
something.
should go talk to someone. Go touch some grass. I just listened to every episode in the last 2 weeks, and now I'm low-key mad I have to wait for new episodes like everybody else. The thing I am most invested in is Eli's relationship with Liza. Every episode when she started to like him warmed my cold, dead heart and had me running to Instagram to see the accompanying pictures. Obviously, she's sensible not to trust men, but I'm a sucker for shy cats becoming friends with people. Crying emoji. This email is already getting long because I have never stopped yapping for one day in my life, so feel free to skip it, etc. Yeah. But I love it. It's
relatable content.
Me win.
Me when I.
Me when I. But I love the pyramid of life, so hopefully you won't mind if I tell you mine.
Yay.
Bottom of the pyramid. Living in the UK, always, but especially now.
Damn.
Our general election is coming up on the 5th of July, and it's a thrilling decision to see what flavor of fascism we'll get for the next few years.
Oh, same.
Oh, word.
Could be the Tories, in parentheses, sort of our Republicans who have been in power for 14 years and destroyed the NHS. Could be Labour, supposedly our left-wing major party, but currently their leader is just 3 Tories in a trench coat.
Wow.
Yeah, relatable.
I've never heard this story before.
Yeah, me either. Yeah. Would love to leave this garbage island, but nowhere wants disabled immigrants, so I'm stuck here. So cool, so fun. Hey, Florence, for the record, the people in power in the States also don't want disabled immigrants, so it also sucks here.
Yeah.
Middle of the pyramid, my cats, Prince Zuko and Prince Tybalt, Prince of Cats. Usually they'd be up top, but this week they've got into a stash of rubber bands and they've been doing liquid poops all over the house ever since. They are the light of my life, but my God, I would love to have a day where I don't have to clean shit smears off the furniture. I have attached a picture of them, though, because they are the cutest tiny angel babies, even when they're naughty. Zuko is the gray giant. Tips is the black and white menace. Top of the pyramid, I found Lennon from Candy Apple's Instagram, and she's living her best life. She danced in Tessa Violet's My God and Bad Bitch videos, which made my 2000s YouTube dork heart very excited.
Nice.
As well as still being a gorgeous dancer and modeling for brands like Marc Jacobs, Lennon is doing some really badass work against online CSA with Heat Initiative, which is working to detect and remove CSA images off storage platforms like iCloud.
What is CSA?
Child sexual assault. I think is what that stands for. Yeah.
Okay.
What used to be referred to as child porn or kid porn.
Okay.
But it's not porn because that's a child. That's not what that is.
Okay.
So CSA is child sexual assault, I think, or something like that.
If you know what that is, please write it.
Yeah, it stands for something like that. It's it's the substitute for what it used to be called.
Good for you, Lennon.
Big, be the person you needed when you were a kid energy from her. I feel like a proud mom, even though she's only 10 years younger than me, and I am childless by choice, LOL. Finally, I would like to recommend a bop that I think Amanda in particular would love. It's called F.U. Goodbye by Peach PRC, and it's about shitty and or abusive exes. The lyrics to the chorus are, I hate your jokes and don't think you're funny. I hope you choke, go broke, lose your money. Know that you were the worst 45 seconds of my life, and I hope your conscience haunts you at night. Fuck you and goodbye. If you haven't listened to any of Peach PRC before, she's amazing, and her whole discography is queer bubblegum pop with the most emotionally devastating bridges you've ever heard in your life.
I said, Brooke Schofield, do you know this song?
Yeah, for real. If you've read it this far, congrats and sorry for the length. Being concise isn't my strength or even my weakness. It's just impossible. Kisses to Liza and 3 fist emojis to Eli Florence. P.S. I also wanted to offer a small and gentle call-in, something you said a couple of weeks ago about your bi friend's wedding. It was very clear that you fully support your friend and her queerness in her marriage, and you were just joking around, and she sounded like she found it funny too. However, I just wanted to mention a little bit of nuance about accidental biphobia, because what is being bi if not basically made of nuance, LOL. You said something along the lines of, oh no, we lost another one. It's such a waste when a bi woman marries a cishet man, which much understand the sentiment because cishet men are the fucking worst. That stands for cisgender hetero.
No, I know it
if you
is.
didn't know that. Okay.
I know my name even in a different language.
Okay, fair enough. But it could also be hurtful to other bi people. Bi women marrying straight men is understandably a big joke in the community. But on the flip side of it, it is really simplifying all the reasons a lot of us do end up doing that, like upbringing, not coming out till later in life because of that, the fact that we have higher rates of interpersonal trauma than straight or gay women, etc., etc. And B, as well as bi erasure and biphobia being an issue within the community and outside of it, when a bi woman marries a cishet man, she often loses part of her queer community because she is seen as straight or, quote, picking a side with never having really been bi to start with. Again, it's clearly not the case with you and your friend. I just wanted to flag it, because although I know it was well meant, hearing minor stuff like that can get grinding for the bees of the alphabet mafia. And I know you wouldn't want to contribute to that. No pressure to read any of this out loud or anything like that. I'm not about to start roasting you in the comments section. I just figured you'd rather know because you're super conscientious about stuff like this usually. Apologies if any of this came out harsh. Like every other neurodivergent hater-ass bitch, I've been told I can be aggressive. PPS, as a chaotic bi, I can confirm that Amanda's new hair is hot. Amazing look for you.
Work.
And then we have 2 pictures of the cats attached.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Florence, slay.
Yeah, that was, first of all, the term calling in, love that.
Slay,
Second of all, that was incredibly tactfully done, being gentle and understanding, but being clear in what you mean by something.
Oh, yeah.
Also...
It's a great point.
Shit, it is a great point. I had a third thought, but I can only count up to 2. So
that's fair. No, I think that's a really...
You said something that I wanted to respond to, but I forget what it was. Yeah.
I have definitely heard of bi erasure before. That's a thing that I've heard people talk about and how problematic that is to just assume that bi people don't exist, which is insane. But it's so true. My bestie married a cishet man and is a bi woman. That man is in a queer relationship because she is a queer woman.
Yeah.
It's not like to Florence's point, she didn't choose to be straight. Part of the bi and bisexuality is the choice is her man's identity. That's the option, or one of the options.
Nobody died at Stonewall.
Nobody died at Stonewall. And it's just be bisexual, love the people you want to love. And thank you, Florence, for the call in of obviously this was a joke, but also your joke could low-key be offensive to some people and hurt people's feelings, which I don't want to do, obviously.
Yeah, it could be a microaggression.
And especially if you just started listening, you don't want to be these 2 idiots who don't know anything about anything, which is true, but I don't want you to know that right off the bat.
Yeah, there is that thing of if someone just drops in and we're making next level jokes on shit we've already talked about, if you've been listening forever, like they have,
right?
Then you know what's up,
right?
But if you just dropped in, you don't have all that history or whatever. As a straight cis man who is dating a member of the LGBTQ, the alphabet mafia, as it's
are.
Yeah,
this is news.
She has posted about this pretty consistently.
I have been on Instagram for 3 months because of my mental health.
Okay, well,
we're gonna hang out later. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Keep going.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say it is a difficult thing to like navigate, I guess. Not like, oh, poor me or whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's, of course.
My life is so hard. I have to date models. Oh my god! Yeah. And when they're bi,
no, but that like I don't want her to feel like she has to like suppress part of who she is because she's in a relationship with a heterosexual person,
right? And
so, yeah, again, circling back around, that was not what was meant. But thank you for the gentle call-in.
Yeah. Love. And it always helps when the call-in, if it's not something super egregious, to keep it funny. Like that was a great way to do the call-in also, of like giggling hee hee ha ha, and also here's some real tea. Also, I love your hair, hope you win. Like I love that. Incredible. Love that energy.
Also, it was the cat thing.
Yes.
They're like, we're following along with Eli's epic relationship with Liza. It's going pretty well. I watched her recently, and she was like mad the first few seconds I was in the house, and then was thrilled. She was like sleeping on my stomach and stuff like that.
Sweet baby. Really she tried to snatch your Rice Krispie treat.
She did try and eat.
You sent me a video. She is like, when I tell you, like on it, like so right there, and Eli's like, no, you can't have this. And she's just like sniffing, just like, can I have?
She's like,
I'm here in case you don't want it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask for it, but if you're not going to finish that, I will. What? Let me see.
I was just going to show you her looking cute, but it's a post about...
I want to see. Let me see your girlfriend looking cute.
Show me to me, Rachel.
Oh my God, what a baddie,
gorgeous,
dude. Crazy. Yeah, look at her saying next to the definition of...
Now, I'll get back to this. Who's this bitch?
She's pointing at you.
In a rainbow.
Oh my God, whose cat is this?
It's a stray behind the house who's trying to convince me to adopt.
Oh my God, hot and funny.
Not being hot and
she's
funny.
Hilarious.
Run this woman. Addison, baby, if you're hearing this, my address is...
Addison, when it doesn't work out with Eli, hit my line. Please let me know. Okay, are you guys ready to get into this content of this episode?
We have no choice but to do so.
You bet your bottom dollar I am.
Thank you so much.
God.
the two most different reactions ever.
The dichotomy of being a human individual right here.
Welcome.
Okay, previously on, Leslie, here and upset.
Jesus.
Abby had her dog taxidermied. Fucking yikes. And then Kelly showed up to the competition without her kids, and it was kind of crazy. In Pennsylvania this week, Jill walks in the studio, or into like the building. Then Nia does. Gianna's at the front desk, and Abby's not there. Christy is in a heinous dress.
Yeah.
Fugly dress.
I think that's probably why when Chloe walked in, she didn't hold the door for her mom, who was
She was like, stay outside.
Yeah.
She said, girl, you don't want to see
Christy, if you're watching, I love you. That dress was fugly. In a talking head, Christy's like, she says she assumes that Abby is not there because she's at a headband sale. Hilarious.
That's a great line.
That's a great read. And then like all the girls and the moms are congregating in the den, and Melissa tells the girls that Abby's mom isn't doing well, which is why Abby's not there.
Very sad.
But Gia in her talking head, which is so scripted. Scripted boots.
Like Scriptina Aguilera.
It's crazy. She says that she's worried and whatever.
Gia doesn't get a lot of airtime, and I think we're seeing why.
Yeah, she is robotic.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Gia said, if Abby doesn't come in today, cut the cameras.
Ladies and gentlemen from the house of AI. Like, it's crazy. Holly says that Abby being no call, no show is very unprofessional.
Correct.
Sure.
Gia says to another employee that there's no pyramid this week, and then Gia goes into the den to get the girls for a group dance that she already knows, and there's another guy named James there who's going to help her out.
James allegedly is one of the
best.
Is
the camera recording?
What are you looking for?
Do you see the little red dot in the upper right corner of the
Yes.
viewfinder? Okay, so keep going.
Well, I was going to say James allegedly, one of the moms says one of the best dancers at the studio. I've never heard of this person. All right, cool.
Nope, never heard.
And will never be spoken of again.
Nope.
Yeah, the best and the most mysterious.
Well, yeah, because he didn't stop Kelly from coming in. Abby's going to put him on a guillotine after the episode's over.
For real.
Well, let's be real. He's black, so he's already going there.
Yeah, that's true, because Abby is what? People. A racist. It's true. Mark it. Clock it. Abby's a racist.
Yeah, Nia Sue, chime in.
Yeah, Nia, if you're watching, bestie, so sorry. Okay, the moms are upstairs, and the girls are in, like, the mirror room doing their thing. Christy says that the theme is abandonment this week. She's
category is abandonment.
Category is being abandoned.
Bring it to the runway.
Christy in her talking heads that says that she is pissed about Abby not being there. She's like, it's so rude. We all make sacrifices to be here. What the hell is going on? A text, a call, something, whatever. Jill is like, the girls are probably fine without a pyramid, but we do, excuse me,
we do need to know information.
Right. Who's in the group, who's doing solos, trios, duets, all that good stuff. And the moms are placing bets on who's going to do a solo. And Melissa, did you see Melissa putting on lip gloss?
That's so real.
She is so real for that.
She said, I know where I'm at.
It was amazing. She had the compact out like this, and she had like some like fuck-ass MAC lipstick on a doe foot.
She's going to go see Trade later.
Yeah.
She's got a car waiting for her outside now. Black Escalade.
It's crazy. She's like, yeah, I did have an affair with my boss, and what about it?
Yeah.
She said, "Want to watch me do it again."
I'm not drowning in men because of my dry ass lips, girl. Glossed up.
But it will because of my shake and go wig.
Yeah.
God.
Christy Ray is pissed that Asia hasn't had a solo in a while. She's like, if we're just going to be giving out solos and placing bets, we better place bets on my child because Asia deserves a solo.
She said, I just want Asia to dance. That's why I'm here. And we said, from the legendary house of Duh.
Yeah, we all know that, girl. Like, all the moms are there because they want their girls to dance.
I'm here at this dance studio because I want to dance.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm here at Walmart because I want to get groceries.
Yeah, girl. Duh.
Well, Asia, and she makes the point also, like, Asia has never lost a solo. She has won every single time she's been in. So she's like, if anyone deserves it, it's her.
Fair.
Right. Well, you know about being the one.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about that. Jill in her talking head says that Asia is the last girl who should have a solo because she wasn't here and she up and bounces all the time. We are immediately fighting. It's the way that there was no time elapsed between the beginning of the episode and the first fight. It is crazy.
Well, Christy gets crazy, and we were just saying the last episode that she just kind of keeps her cool, and the producers were just like, all right, it's been like 7 episodes. It's about time.
Yeah, can y'all start a fight, please?
Why don't you go off real quick? And Christy's like, got it.
Yeah. And she goes, I have in my notes, Jill is not the one, and neither is Christy Ray. They are already, they're mad at each other, they're screaming. Christy Ray, double hand, she goes, oh! And it's like, okay, Christy Ray. And then she says, you only get mad when you're wrong, Jill.
I mean,
face correct.
Christy Ray also had a nice little jab in there that I wrote down that says, like, if you want your daughter to dance so bad, why don't you go back to the candy apples, Jill?
Oh, yeah. And Jill just kind of goes,
because she got.
Yeah.
Because she knows. Because we found out about her sins. That's why. The group rehearsal continues. Gia is hoping that she doesn't get in trouble for the choreography. She's like, I'm just kind of doing what I think Abby's not going to hate the most.
That's a good way to operate,
kind of real.
I think.
Yeah, I think
just don't make her mad. Don't try and make her happy. Just
don't make her mad. Yeah, that's a great, very healthy working environment for sure. Yeah, where your boss's like philosophy is never let them know your next move.
Yeah, constantly duck and cover.
Never be predictable and keep them on their toes in fear. The group rehearsal continues. Gia, I already said that. Christy calls Kelly. She's like, hey, Diva, what's going on?
This is so messy.
It's so messy. Christy's like, I just thought you should know that the girls are doing a group dance. And if you want to be on the team, get your ass to the studio. And she was like, got it. So then Leslie, Christy gets off the phone with Kelly, and Leslie thinks it's really rude that Christy's calling Kelly. Okay, great. Leslie pressed. Leslie nervous. She's like, why are you don't need to call. You calling Kelly's actually kind of rude.
You don't need to do that.
Actually, you calling Kelly's kind of fucked up actually a little bit now that you mentioned it.
We're all good here. You don't
need to do that actually. And then Melissa thinks that Christy's playing with fire because of course she is. She knows it. She said that shit. Holly and Melissa are telling the girls not to worry. Wait, Holly and Melissa are telling the girls not to worry.
Yeah, they said, she might not even come. We might be worried about nothing.
Hilarious.
Immediate jump cut to Kelly and the girls in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Because the editors are what?
She may not even be here. Cut. Yeah.
We talk shit about the editing a lot. That was perfect.
It was beautiful.
Yeah. Alexa, please say my name by Destiny's Child.
Right, honestly.
Gia is like, whatever, girl, come on in, I'm busy. She's like, sure, I'll toss the girls into the group routine. Whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, Gia's a pro. She can handle it.
She is.
The girls are very excited to see them also.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I often forget when watching this show that
they're children.
That they're children who actually want to see each other and hang out with each other.
They're children who are friends.
Every time they interact with each other, it's so genuine. It's like this little moment of peace between all the nightmare. Also, Paige is like half a head taller than Brooke.
Yeah, she's hitting that growth spurt.
When the hell did that happen?
Well, she's hitting that growth spurt, and also, fun fact, because Brooke did acro, she like slipped a disc or something in her back, and she stunted her growth.
Oh, sure.
Brooke, as a grown-ass adult, is like 5'1", or like 4'11", or something
she
crazy
looked like
that.
she was gonna be tall, right?
But because she like literally
just stopped.
body like a pretzel, snapped her spine in half, and she stunted her own growth.
Yeah.
I
Paige
hate to see
also
it.
shot up like a fucking weed.
Paige is also very tall,
yeah.
so it's like comically tall, comically short.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On both ends. Kelly goes upstairs and she's like, "Hi, girls," and Leslie is sitting in her spot in the Lido deck.
Oh, I thought there was gonna be a fist fight.
I was
There
hoping
should
that
have been.
yeah, there should have been. We're owed
cut for
one.
time.
Yeah,
Leslie wins that for sure.
yeah. Oh, for sure,
The tank.
for sure.
Yeah.
A fucking unit.
The Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, to not be messed with. Leslie's not moving, and she says in her talking head that she's not threatened. Sure, Jan.
Allegedly.
Sure, you're not threatened. Me when I lie. It's crazy. Leslie tells Kelly that her just showing up makes her uncomfy, and Kelly says, "That's not my problem, and that's not my fault."
She ate that up.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You being uncomfortable, you being threatened by me is not my problem and not my fault.
Leslie then says that Kelly wants to hurt Peyton, which is not the case, but Leslie does point out, like, you being here does hurt her, which is none of Kelly's business, frankly.
Yeah.
It's not totally wrong, but it's none of Kelly's business.
Yeah, you're like kind of barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Like,
Take it up with Abby, girl.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, and she tries.
And she
yes.
attempts. Kelly says that she told Abby last week that she would come back at last week's competition.
And then they showed us footage where she didn't say that at all.
I know, it's so weird. The editing is sloppy.
Right after we got that great jump cut, we go to this.
I know. Where she's like, "I told her that last week," and then it's like cut to her being like, "Move out of my seat." It's like,
And
what's
Abby's
happening?
like, no.
No.
And that's the end of it.
She says, like Rosa Parks,
Yes.
"I'm not getting up," and I was like, "That's
Jesus.
crazy."
That's insane.
I'm like, Kendall would like a word. Crazy.
Oh, my Lord.
We cut to a commercial. We come back. We're 2 days out from the comp. Gia is the only one there still. There's no sight, no sight of Abby at all. Gia says that she has called Abby, or she calls her like we see her call her. And Abby answers the phone and she's like, "Hello?" And Gia's like, "Abby?" Click. The line dies.
She hung up on her.
Why even bother answering
the phone?
if you're going to do
drama.
that? Jesus.
It's literally just the drama. It's the only reason I could think of. Holly in her talking head says that the first day without a teacher, like the way that she's feeling right now, she's like, the first day without Abby was like, "Oh, this is like fun. Like we'll watch a movie and like everything's fine, whatever." And then the second day your teacher's not in class and you have a sub, it's like, "Okay, where's the teacher? I would like my teacher back, please." Yeah.
Yeah.
Gia brings all the moms and the girls in the mirror room and she's like, "Okay, here is the tea. I just got it from Abby. Here it is. We're going to believe competition in Ohio. In
Sandusky.
In Sandusky.
Where Cedar Point is, bro. Best theme park in the world.
Bro.
Okay, bro.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
It is.
Sandusky?
Yes.
Sandusky.
It's up on
What an
Lake
interesting
Erie.
name.
Terrible city, but Cedar Point legitimately is
Where the
like
vampires
okay,
live.
exactly.
Yeah.
But so stupid.
Thank you. So the girls say that Gia says that all 9 girls are going to be in the group.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Sure.
Love that. There's no pyramid. We don't get a pyramid of children at all this week. Gia doesn't give it to the girls.
I
It
wish
never
she
happens.
had. I really
Abby
wish
wanted
she
me
had.
to talk shit in her absence. Here are the bitches she hates the most.
Yeah. She
order of
texted me a
importance.
list of your. She texted me a list of your faults, and here are all of them.
Yes.
We were just
Abby
shit
just texted
talking.
me to say that you're ugly.
You're ugly and untalented. Okay.
Flop Tina.
Flop Tina Aguilera, for real. Okay, and then the solo breakdown is that Asia's getting a solo.
Chrissy says, as she should.
Chrissy Ray's like, "Yeah, that's right. I know that's fucking right." Yeah, she snaps the high pony. Maddie gets a solo. Brooke asks for a solo. She says, because there are normally 4 solos and we've only given out 3, can I have a solo? I don't know if you clocked this, but we did. Kelly is mouthing what Brooke is saying behind her.
I did notice that.
Did
it
you?
looked
Like she's reciting a line.
It looked like she was talking like. I couldn't quite tell. It looked like she was talking at the same time, but I wasn't getting volume, so I didn't go back and look.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
It's
Ventriloquism.
It's very strange.
Yeah, she has her hand in her back and is moving her mouth.
doing like this. Yeah. Yep. And Gia's like, "Listen, I can't say yes or no to that request without Abby's approval. Y'all already know. I'm not going to say yes or no to this. Like, that's crazy." So that's like a lingering, who knows what's going to happen.
You're trying to get me killed.
Yeah. Do you have a hit out on me and you want me to take care of myself? Like, what's going on?
So you hate me and you think I'm ugly.
Abby's fist comes through the phone.
Yeah.
Her in the face.
She's like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. Immediate text from Abby being like, I didn't say that shit, bitch.
Quit speaking on my name.
She's got microphones everywhere.
Yeah, for real. We see the group rehearsal. Moms are upstairs again, like we just were. Christy says that she doesn't miss Abby. She says she's like a hemorrhoid.
Yeah, I miss Abby like I miss a hemorrhoid.
Devastating. And the moms are like, it would just be nice to have a phone call. Like, just from her, what's going on. Or, like, even if it's, you're telling me that you're not going to be here, that's fine. But clear, direct, honest communication from the leader who is like, you know, openly tyrannical would be really nice.
Right.
What this says to me is like Abby legitimately like let it slip her mind or forgot, but then will double down and pretend like this was intentional. She does that all the time. She fucks up or makes the wrong decision and then pretends like she knew it all along.
She's like, no, I stand by it.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. Holly is like really pissed, and you know that Holly in the back of her brain is always like, as an educator, you know what I mean, like that's always lingering. It's like, well, as an educator, and I'm like, okay.
Puts her glasses on, like, well,
she sips tea and is educated.
Yep.
And then Holly brings up the solo, and Jill says that Christy or that Kelly needs to take baby steps. She's like, girl, you're lucky that you didn't get shot on sight when you walked in, that Abby doesn't have snipers at the ready to shoot you out.
Yep.
You can't just show up after like abandoning the team for weeks and demand a solo. That's crazy.
Is it the pot calling the kettle black? Yes.
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 Is this sound advice in this one instance? For sure.
Also, yes. I hate it when Jill has a good point. You hate to see Jill be smart.
Worst person you know makes a good point.
Yeah, it's so annoying. The girls in Gia like put their hands in for like 1, 2, 3, and they all go, Gia's dolls, and they don't seem bothered at all that Abby's not there.
No.
Like the girls are this whole episode are living their best life without Abby. It's amazing.
At this point, Amanda, the dolls are the dolls.
At this point, the dolls are the dolls, girl. You're so real for that.
Thank
they
you.
literally could not be paid to care. Christy asks Melissa, hey, you know the most about Abby. You and Abby are literally dating. Where is she?
I watched y'all kiss.
And what's going on? And Melissa's like, oh, I don't know. And then it cuts to Melissa and her talking head going, yeah, she's with her mom. So he's like, so you know or you don't? Like, what do you mean, oh, I don't know? Yeah, you do, girl. And people are kind of like speculating, you know, again, this whole like what's going on. Jill says something about a man who's a werewolf. She's like, she's probably off with that werewolf man she was dating in LA. A werewolf man? What do you mean?
A creepy werewolf guy. I needed to know more about. Like, screw the rest of the plot.
Who
Let's
are
talk
you talking
about that.
Yeah.
Keep my name out of your mouth, first of all.
Rude of you to speak on me when I'm not there, but okay.
Right.
And then Kelly calls Abby, and she's like, leaves her a voicemail, and she's like, hey, Diva, can I have a solo, please? Thank you so much. Click. No, she also in that voicemail says, please call Gia and let her know if Brooke can have it or not.
Right.
Bye.
She wasn't like, I'm having a solo. Please eat shit. Thanks.
No,
like,
it's just like, please let us know if this is okay. Click. We see Gia like choreographing Maddie's solo. Gia's got that one piece of hair in the back underneath that's dyed Kool-Aid red. Did you see that?
Yes.
Fierce.
Because
Lord knows I did that shit up until like 3 weeks ago when I got my hair cut. Just kidding. I got my hair cut way longer ago. But I saw her and I felt a kindred spirit in that moment with the Kool-Aid dip dye. It's like, I see you.
She makes a comment about Maddie needing like to perform more with her face, which is like so not the case.
Yeah. She's like, Maddie only does one face all the time and she needs to do more. It's like, but that's kind of the point, is that it works. It's formulaic, it's copy and paste, and it works every time.
They're talking about her breathing out her buck teeth.
The buck teeth are crazy. Yeah, that's true.
She's doing her best.
The mouth breathing through the buck teeth is crazy.
Yeah.
Melissa says that she is inviting a girl to come and watch the rehearsal and watch the performance because it's a child it's like a part of a charity that the Zieglers are involved with. It's like a sick child, and so the sick child is going to come watch because Maddie inspires her and she watches all of Maddie's YouTube videos. Sure. So the moms are looking at their phones, not paying attention. They're like, oh, cool, sounds good. Like, fully not there. And Christy says that Abby put up a photo on Instagram. So, like, for the sick child Who cares? We're not paying attention. We're not bothered. Chrissy's like, did y'all see what this shit?
See this
Yeah,
shit
you should
Abby
be seeing
did?
this shit on Instagram. And they're like, where? Let me see. Show it to me, Rachel.
Yeah.
So they show her the picture that she posted on Instagram. And it looks like she's out at like a meet and greet or like judging a competition or something. She's like smiling with a fan.
Yeah, some woman is there.
It's odd.
Somebody said, I can't remember which mom said it, but someone said, I thought that girl was our mom. I said,
Yikes. Fucking yikes.
oh my God.
Christy says on her talking head that she's all about money and she's going to go wherever someone's waving $1. And she's like, if someone needs a judge or a guest spot, Abby's going to roll up and she's going to ditch us to go do that for sure.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, respect the hustle, respect the grind. Melissa is like totally in like this very casual, totally not lying, over explaining a lie kind of way. So she's like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to get up and go downstairs, ladies, and I'm going to talk to Gia because I need to talk to her about ordering costumes and getting appliques. Going downstairs really quick. Be right back.
And most importantly, I'm not going to be messy right now.
Yeah, and I'm not lying. I'm telling only the truth right now.
But my fingers pourquoise.
Yeah, I was going like this behind my back. Really, Melissa is going to talk to Gia and be like, hey, girl, what's the tea?
Right.
And Gia says, well, really what happened is I called Abby and asked if I could do a solo for Brooke. And she told me that if I choreograph a solo for Brooke, I'm going to be fired.
And she starts crying, and then I'm like, okay, then just don't teach the solo. There's no crying.
There's no need for crying. However, Gia is cracking under the pressure a little bit. She gets a little overwhelmed. She's crying. Melissa is like, come here, sweetie. Melissa starts crying. And Melissa says that it's hard on her to see Gia get sad. Girl, from the legendary house of How Do I Make This About Me? It's insane.
Yeah.
Seeing you cry is really hard on me. So like stop being sad to make my life easier is crazy.
Yeah.
It's an insane thing to say to your girl.
Well, that's what she says she says that shit to Maddie all the time.
Yeah, don't cry, nothing's wrong. I hate seeing you cry. Well, I hate crying, bitch. I hate being the one who's in an emotional space where I'm crying. So imagine how tired we are.
The mother who doesn't support me.
The mother who doesn't support anyone but herself. It's crazy. We're one day out from the competition. Gia is working on a solo with Brooke just in case Abby wants it, which why?
I don't.
But whatever.
No.
Leslie.
Although I did think in that moment that like Abby would show up to the competition just like to try and mess with Brooke. After she said, no, you're not doing a solo, show up to the competition and be like, so, bitch, heard you learned a solo. Where is it? And Brooke's like, well, you said I couldn't. She's like, you should always be ready, and then like shoots her in the face.
To that point, a couple weeks ago when Leslie was like, Peyton's on this team, she said, Peyton, do you have a solo costume in your bag?
Peyton's like, no.
You should be ready to do a solo at all times. So is it the fucking remix now, girl, or is it the same shit applies?
So what's going on in the House of Commons?
Yeah, like what's really going down? I'm confused. Let's see. Leslie starts talking shit about Kelly, who is right there, by the way.
Amazing.
Literally, she's like, if you're Kelly and I'm Leslie, she's like, oh my God, I can't believe what Kelly did. Yeah. Kelly's like literally over her shoulder, like, bitch, I'm right here. Like, this is insane.
Right behind me, isn't she?
She? Yeah. And then Kelly, her talking head's like, yeah, I'm unbothered. I don't give a fuck. Which is great. You being threatened by me is not my problem or my fault.
She said, talk about something y'all like. Stop talking about me.
Since y'all hate a bitch so much. Real. Leslie is pissed that favoritism exists. Okay. Any other comments about this? It's like it's just Kelly and Leslie being bitchy to each other.
Jill in her talking head being the voice of reason about Leslie is so crazy.
That really threw me off.
Again, another great point from Jill. Girl, are you all right?
I hate to see Jill have a good point. I really hate it.
She's rotated out of the hot seat. Now it's Kelly and Leslie's turn.
It's true.
And so like she's like, all right, I'm going to take a back seat this time.
She said, damn, y'all are not going to give me some screen time, huh?
That's also so real that like when I'm involved in mess or when I'm involved in drama, I like get such analysis paralysis about someone being mad at me or like things not going the way that I perceive that they should, and I start freaking out. But when someone else is going through tea and drama, I'm like, listen, this is what you should do. And I've always said that. You know what I mean? Like when someone is making an irrational decision or a stupid decision about a boy, I'm like, bitch, get off the floor, diva. Like, get it together.
Get up.
But when it's me, I'm like the most irrational and insane person alive. So that Jill is actually very real for that. Thank you, Jill.
She's just like me for real. Huh?
She's just like me for real, huh? Brooke, solo rehearsal is what we're seeing next. She's dancing to her own song, which is amazing.
That's a huge slay. I laughed out loud.
Yeah, the song ass, but she's crushing it, and she's 15, so I'm proud of her anyway. Kelly thinks that the song is about Abby. That's not true. The song is about pressure and about the fear of disappointing people. Girl, that's about you.
I think it could be about multiple people.
It's about both, probably, for sure. And she's like, thinks it's annoying that Abby's not there, but also is like, I'm very proud of my daughter. I just wish Abby was here to see it, blah, blah, blah. Leslie on speaker. These moms and their speakerphone. I swear to God, it's crazy. Leslie calls Abby, gets her on the speakerphone, and says, yeah, girl, I'm watching Brooke do a solo.
Messy
I was plucked.
That was insane.
Hey, bitch, I'm with my own eyes watching her disobey you.
And Kelly's sitting next to her just like, the hell's going on here?
Yeah, Kelly, again, right there.
Like, what are you, 5? Are you tattling on me right now?
It's crazy.
Jesus.
And Leslie asks, which, again, I hate to see a crazy bitch have a good point. Leslie asks, what are you going to do when Gia gets fired because of you? I'm like,
quickly.
Yeah, like, that's a kind of a good point because Gia said she was going to get fired, so I don't know.
I don't know why Gia even bothered teaching. Like, why do that?
I think that's why she was crying. She was like, this is so fucking stupid and I have to do it for the show.
Right.
Oh,
and I don't want to because Abby doesn't give a fuck about the show. She only gives a fuck about herself. We get to Asia's solo. It's very trick oriented, whatever.
A banger.
She's doing great.
She's
doing what she always does.
You know what Asia's doing? She's doing drag.
That's true.
We'll talk more about this later, but her costume with the David Bowie purple lightning bolt, with the one leg and the other parts of the bodysuit. It's Lady Gaga. That is a Hamburger Mary's brunch number outfit if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, for real.
And clock it, I would know.
You would know.
But not anymore because I'm straight now.
Is there a Hamburger Is there a Hamburger Mary's where you live?
In Kansas City, yes. Season 12 participant of RuPaul's Drag Race, Widow Von Du, performs there.
No way.
Yeah.
That's really cool. There's not a Hamburger Mary's here.
Damn.
Well, all we have is Susie Wong's House of Drag, and they only do brunch sometimes.
Okay, well...
We used to have the Disc and Divas at Disc and Cider, and then they stopped doing that because Disc and Cider is what? Homophobic.
Well, if you want to stop pretending that Kansas City is the most boring place on earth and you want to come see a drag show at Hamburger Mary's, I invite you.
I would never.
Kansas City has some stuff going on.
Thank you, Elijah. Never. I appreciate that.
Not Eli going out to be an ally before me in Kansas City.
Not me hauling fucking ass, waiting an hour in I-24 traffic so I can see you for 30 seconds, and you want to complain to my ass about coming up to Kansas City as if you have things to do and shit to see? Please.
Fair. That's fair.
Pete Davidson's not going to talk to you. Come up to Kansas City and be real for once.
That's fair. I'm waiting around for Justin Bieber. I'm wasting my time. Okay, the Starlight girl. The Starlight is the charity.
Yes.
The girl is here. It is so uncomfortable and so weird.
Well, they're like 10-year-olds.
Right. But it's also like Melissa's being a weirdo.
Yeah.
Melissa
what's new there?
Melissa has that rich person thing of like when they see someone who's sick or poor, they're like, wow.
Oh my God, you're poor. Tell me more about that, Diva.
You're so brave for being poor and sick. It's like, okay, that's weird.
Not too much on that because that's 90% of my parent teacher conferences.
Fair. But the best line
like,
ever.
My job is sitting around by the pool. My job is beach.
My job is drinking.
My job is beach and also / why are you not teaching my kids shit? I'm like,
you're like, girl. But we do get the best line of this whole episode where when Jake and I were watching this episode together, we reached out and held one another's hands because it was so insane. Melissa said, my husband and I have always taught our daughters that you have to serve.
No notes.
No notes.
I thought I misheard that. I'm glad to know that. Yeah.
No.
We didn't run that shit back.
You have to start. Yeah, we watched it twice. It was amazing. Reaching out, holding each other.
My brain just short circuited. I was like, she served and then it got cut off or something.
You have to serve.
Speaking of serving, Lori looks puss in that little blue lace moment. Hannah's mom.
Yeah. She looks cute.
You want to know a thing or two about lace.
She's really cute. Hannah has a chronic illness, and you said you have a student.
I had a student.
Can you speak on this?
Yes, I can. So she has a Chiari malformation, which is essentially, Twitter, correct me if I'm wrong, leak my address if I'm incorrect, but she had like a hole in her like spine, like so spinal cord fluid leaked out, right, was the main gig. Oh, okay. And they had like shunts in there to like make sure that like everything was flowing like it was supposed to, so it wasn't like she couldn't like move anywhere like without assistance.
Yeah, this girl's like standing, she's walking, she's up and around.
Right, which we'll get more to later about how she looks so normal, but whatever.
Right. Oh my god, that comment was crazy.
Jesus Christ, yeah, we'll get there in a second. But anyway, her name is JoJo. JoJo, if you're seeing this, hey girl. She like was lit as hell. She kept me alive. And like
this
like everyone. No.
10.
She was in 6th grade at the time.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, at Chilhowie, I was 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
True.
So she's probably like 15 now.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, like, yeah, it like impacted her life in negative ways. Sure. Yeah, she had to make sure that like a para was with her to make sure that she was okay.
Sure.
Because she could quite literally have a seizure at any time.
Right.
Yeah. And she did a couple of times, like while I was teaching her. Emotionally, there was like not a whole lot of regulatory action happening.
Sure.
Because she did not have the ability to. Like her body was not allowing her to A, live, and B, be cognitively okay at the same time.
Sure.
And that was kind of the main issue here. Sure. And let's also point out real fast that the Starlight Foundation is not necessarily Make-A-Wish. They were acting like it was Make-A-Wish, and I had grievance with that. Starlight was like a research situation.
We also did a little bit of CSI Miami after this, and this girl's still alive.
Very much so.
So she was not knocking on death's door. She,
she's in Nashville.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's so wild.
Her bio says she lives in Nashville. I was like, hey, girl, come on the pod if you're listening.
Hey, Diva.
Yeah. Well, they just said, like, she'd had brain surgery when she was, like, 2 or 2.5 or whatever they said.
And it's like an on-recurring thing.
Yeah.
It's a recurring thing.
I did like that before this, when, like, Maddie is learning her solo and Hannah comes to watch her, she, like, learns a couple of the moves along with her. I thought that was adorable.
Yeah, it was cute.
That was great.
That's all. We'll come back to her later, but that's all we get for right now. Mm-hmm. Leslie gets a text from Abby and the text from Abby starts with "read out loud" with a million exclamation points.
Yeah, she's like, "I want you to be as insane as possible."
Yeah, be
in my
unhinged.
Absence.
Take your top off and start screaming. Apparently, Peyton
can't... Kill me twice.
Yeah.
Work.
Apparently, Peyton can do a solo. Which no one was asking for Peyton to be able to do a solo, but okay, work.
I kind of smelled a stunt there.
Yeah, I was like, what do you mean?
I said, like, Abby just texted me this in my notes app. That's crazy.
Unprompted, yeah. Brooke isn't even supposed to be in the group, according to this text.
Brooke should be shot and killed, is what the text says.
Yeah. Kelly says that she is unsure as shit isn't going to pull her kids... Oh, I think it's supposed to say she.
She's sure as shit.
Kelly says that she's sure as shit isn't going to pull her kid's number.
I mean, it said line.
Thank you. Oh my god, that was crazy. Giving me a line reading about my own notes was crazy, but it's helpful. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm not going to pull my kids' numbers, and what about it? I'm like, girl, baby steps. What are we doing?
So I don't know. I like that Leslie might have made that whole thing up about Peyton. But I really think that Abby's like, I'm going to be as messy as possible. I know that there's tension between the Highlands and Leslie and Peyton, and so I'm going to say no Brooke, yes Peyton. That's the messiest, shittiest thing I can do right now. Let's make it happen.
And I'm going to do that. Exactly that. And then Leslie looks at Kelly and she goes, who the hell do you think you are? And Kelly, without skipping a beat, goes, my kid's mother. And your mother too, bitch.
Cleared. She is
cleared.
Oh shit, where'd it go? Oh boy. Okay, so yeah, she says, "Who do you think you are?" And then immediately says, "I don't care who you are."
Okay.
Let's get one thing straight.
You just
Your
asked.
Honor, objection asked and answered. Like, what are we doing? What's going on? And then Leslie calls Kelly trash, and Kelly says, "Well, at least I didn't go to court for breaking beer bottles over people's heads." No, I have so many questions about that.
She worded that as like a swing around. She's like, well, I didn't go to court for breaking beer bottles on people's heads either. Like, it was like a...
Yeah. I need some more information about Leslie going to jail for that specifically.
They keep introducing these other things that
bits of lore.
I need, like the werewolf guy, and now this. I want the plot to just veer off in that direction.
I want bitches to be on hard ice.
I am interested in so many things that aren't this episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, come on.
Although I say let's be on hard ice, which is reality TV, no talking, because save it for the camera. But also, what do we know about hard ice?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
We don't know anything about that.
So let me not speak out of school. Moving on.
We get to a commercial. We come back. Okay, we are at the competition now. Abby, still not here, but the moms want her to be there because they want her to see the girls succeed.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
They know that this is a huge chance to dunk all over Abby.
Yeah, fair enough. Leslie says that Peyton isn't going to do a solo, and the moms are... Or no, wait. Isn't doing a solo. Oh,
Correct.
yeah. Sorry. I'm getting my moms confused. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Girl.
What?
Girl. Leslie says, like, no, Peyton's not doing a solo. And the other moms are like, girl, what the fuck is wrong with you? If you're given an opportunity, you should take it. And you bitch all the time about wanting to have more exposure for your child and wanting her to be on the team. Why on earth would you not take this golden opportunity? And she's like, she didn't have enough time. It wasn't good. I don't want to do it. Like, that's... Again, I smell a stunt. That's really questionable.
Just complaining for the sake of complaining.
Exactly. And the other moms are like giving her a hard time, and she deserves it. Because she's always complaining. So it's like, pick a struggle.
Right.
You either don't get enough opportunities or she's too much. Like, you can't be like, oh, I need more opportunities. And then they're like, here they are. And then you're like, no, I don't want them.
Mr. Struggle, for sure.
What do you mean? It's crazy. Someone calls someone else a smartass. And, it's, Leslie says that Christy's being a smartass.
Meanwhile, Christy
goes, excuse you in front of the children.
Yeah.
And like, Christy.
All right.
Girl.
And meanwhile,
Christy, if you're watching, girl.
And meanwhile, this conversation's happening, and she is just yanking Chloe's
Ripping
hair.
She's
out
just
Chloe's hair.
like
Just
she's
holding
harvesting a turnip, just
like
like
she's holding a prize fish that she just caught. Just
and Chloe's just sitting there, and her like alfalfa whoosh,
Yeah, it's
hair up
just
like this, hair
ow,
snatched.
Ow!
Yeah,
Ow!
it's crazy.
Elijah, do you know something about having a picture of holding a fish on any dating profile whatsoever?
I've never caught a fish before.
No way.
Much less.
Okay, now I'm sad. I'm sorry.
No. As a straight white man, no, I've never tried. Is what I'm saying.
Eli, let's go fishing.
I don't. I'm not a hunter. I'm not a fish. I know I'm a straight white man, but I'm not a. Yeah. I'm
not a hunter,
or
not a
fisher.
gatherer.
I'll gather. I've got blackberry picking.
Mama, she gathered her.
Yeah,
Gathered.
He gathers. Don't worry. That's a good thing.
Don't worry, everyone.
That's a good thing. If you gather, that's a good thing.
Or,
I've gathered.
Yes, true, real.
Bye, Jake. I'll see you later.
Real. See you later, Jake.
See myself out.
Yeah.
Gathering is also a sewing term. LOL.
Oh yeah, also that's true. You can gather the fabric.
Yeah.
Okay, Christy irritated duh.
Sure.
Hannah and Lori, Hannah being the child from the charity and Lori being her mother, come into the dressing room. Maddie dedicates the song to her, which is like a little uncomfy because like, what is that?
Because
but
it's
also
a little scripted.
Right. It's very scripted, but they're also children, so it's like whatever. They're a byproduct of the adults around them, whatever.
Yeah,
Sure.
this was obviously fed to them. I don't love that the song is called "Hold On" and she's Jesus Christ, dedicating it to her.
Don't love that.
Yeah.
Also, Melissa's like, you can't even jump on a trampoline, can you?
What the fuck
That's
was that?
so
Like,
insane.
hey, Mel.
I read
what
in my
the
notes-
fuck are you talking about, girl?
Melissa's putting a dress and makeup on ableism and sending it to church on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I read my notes.
Nuts.
Oh, you can't even
boots. It's
jump
nuts
on a-
to soup, girl.
You can't even jump on the trampoline. Oh, what are you going to cry? Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she starts like crying a little bit. She's like, "You can't even jump on a trampoline, can you?" And then
Hannah's
she
like,
says,
"No."
Well,
Why did you
Hannah's
say that?
Hannah's like, "No, actually, that's really fucked up for you to bring it up." And then Melissa says, "Don't cry. You seem so healthy. You can swim, right? Come swimming tonight with us at the pool." Melissa, with peace and love, shut the hell up. Shut up.
Seems so healthy is fucking
That is
wild.
an insane thing to say to anyone, but especially a child.
That you know that they have a
And
severe
you
condition.
know they're not
Exactly.
healthy. Yeah, insensitive head ass. It's crazy.
Right. She said, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Denise Richards ever again.
I wouldn't be surprised if we never see Denise Richards ever again.
Yeah. I was like, you can't do a Simone Biles tumbling pass? That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't jump on a trampoline. Oh, it's not because you can't afford one, maybe because it's not a luxury everyone can afford.
Oh my God,
it's because
poor.
you're sick and poor. That's crazy.
You're sick, maybe poor.
Yeah,
Oh,
mama.
that's the real illness.
Both at once.
Yeah.
But speaking
Pick
of
a
Simone
struggle.
Biles, you see she jumped like 12 feet in the air.
Yes, I did.
What the hell, dude? She is not from this earth.
I was wet.
The way that she
great.
like does floor routines or really anything, and just like
The way she walks into a Kohl's.
bam sticks the landing is
Insane.
crazy.
She is like one of the
Not-
most powerful people I've
no
ever seen.
I had a
bobbling,
spiritual
no
experience.
like whatever, just like bam on the floor.
Yeah.
Crazy. She's
She
crazy.
fucks it up.
Yeah, and then she
She-
gets off the stage. She goes, Okay, who wants chilies
she's
now?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Like, yeah,
She's so
exactly.
cute and like, I'll do interviews and do makeup endorsements.
All right,
and
who
I'm
wants to
just
get a Dutch
curious.
Bros?
Yeah, who wants some iced coffee? Yeah. I'm not an American unless Simone Biles is representing us in the Olympics.
For Simone Biles only, my pronouns are USA.
Yeah. I'm like, these colors do not run actually for Simone Biles specifically.
Specifically.
Yeah. Okay, it's time to perform. Asia is doing the solo with the metallic lip. She's eating. It's great. She crushes it, obviously.
I went in for the club.
Duh. The girls are watching in the wings and like getting
Peyton
crunk.
is throwing some ass in a circle.
Peyton is throwing it in a circle in the wings.
And Diva, I love that for you.
It's so funny. It's very cute. Maddie's solo time. Zoom in on Hannah in the audience. Her hands are like, put your hands in your lap. Her hands are like this, and Melissa just goes, hand on top, and that's it. And Hannah just sits there with her hands like this, and Melissa's just like,
More like Handa.
Elagiana.
Dupree.
Elagiana Dupree.
Crazy.
I had to get one.
That's
Alrighty.
fair. It's so weird. Just like the
very
one little
forced.
hand, like
she's trying to create like this really pun slightly intended, like really touching moment,
and it's not
and a
girl.
connection with the kid who just doesn't want. She's just like, can I just
She's
fucking watch, please?
She's stone faced during this song. I
Yeah,
watched
she's
the whole
like,
time.
yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. Maddie performs. She eats, obviously.
Sure, why not?
But at the beginning of this episode, we talked about how we wanted Maddie to do new material. Girl, this is the same shit, different week.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lyrical solo where she's being kind of sad. And she's making the same faces. It's the same move. It's the same tone.
yeah.
It's the same everything. Like,
Right.
okay, mission not accomplished.
Yeah.
The moms are in the green room, and they're like, we wish Abby was here, obviously.
Very tame, also.
Yeah, true.
Holly reiterates that Abby owes us the respect of showing up.
T?
I mean, yeah.
And they
Sure.
bring up again, we make sacrifices in our personal life all the time. Abby sacrifices nothing. She only is here when it's convenient for her. Now, if we're still going with the through line that it's because her mom is sick, that's one thing. But I don't know if I believe that.
That gets brought up later.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what side to be
We'll
on.
talk about it. Kelly says something later on afterwards.
The girls come in to the green room. Melissa goes to call Abby, and Jill is like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you're calling her. I thought we were gonna have to draw straws." Jill's like, "I don't want to call Abby. She sucks." Abby answers and says that she is in Orlando, which is where her mom lives.
She's like, I'm still in bed, and it's so great.
Shut the hell up. Melissa's
Bragging.
like, when are you coming back? And she's like, whenever Paige and Brooke get the hell out of my studio. Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
Psychotic, crazy boots. She ate that up.
Yeah.
She said, whenever these 12-year-old girls quit
Get the
fucking in
hell
my studio.
Yeah, crazy.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Leslie asks if Peyton can do a solo, even though she knows the answer already.
Well, she says, were you serious when you said she could do a solo? And Abby's like, yes.
When has Abby not been serious? When has Abby ever done just kidding?
Right.
When has Abby ever not been serious?
Never,
That doesn't
not
make
once.
any sense.
Never, not once.
Like, you already know the answer, girl.
Leslie's like, oh, yeah, well, Brooke is doing one. And Abby just fucking hangs up.
And then she's like, oh, I think we got disconnected.
Yeah. Oh.
That's so weird, Melissa. Oh, that's so weird. Brooke, rightly so, starts to cry. And she's like, to her mom, she's like, can you fucking knock it off? Like, Abby doesn't want us here, and you doing this shit is hurting my feelings. And she's like, no, we can't trust what Abby says. Abby's such a liar. Kelly, you are cracking your kid's psyche.
Yes.
Stop it. Like, this is not good for your child's mental health. Like, fucking knock it off. It's driving me nuts. Commercial. We come back. Brooke is still in the hallway crying with her mom.
And Melissa's out
And
there.
Melissa, for some reason, because Melissa's like, oh, we're crying? Let me insert myself.
Melissa said, I'm an empath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She like feeds off of children's tears. Like, yes, give me
Yes,
more.
keep crying.
Yeah.
Brooke is like, can I just do it next week? Or like, she's like, I know we're on reality TV. Like, this is going to come up again later. Why do I have to do it right now? This is so stupid.
She also seems nervous about like people hearing her song too.
Yes.
Yes. And Brooke, apparently the adult, says she's only going to hate me more after this. And also, what if it flops?
Yeah.
What if I'm Flop Tina?
Like, what if I'm Flop Tina Aguilera?
What if I think I'm Gorgina, but I'm actually Flop Tina?
And she's just going to come back next week and be mad. So, like,
Right.
what is the point? Like, she's literally an adult. Brooke goes and does her performance anyway. She's in, like, black spandex and a black sports bra. Not a costume,
Yeah,
but what she would wear to rehearsal.
Right.
Crazy boots. And they say that she's competing for a title. It says competing for the title of something, something, something.
I think it's
the first time hearing about this.
I think it's like, I don't think it's like nationals.
No, I know,
because we have
but,
more
like,
episodes to go. But I think like that's something that's like different.
title.
I think that's per like dance competition.
Like franchise, yeah. It's just
Sure.
weird that the only time we ever hear about it is from the announcer. Normally we hear about that like a million times beforehand.
Sure.
Yeah.
Brooke does her performance. The lyrics are about pressure and pain and being forced to do a solo at gunpoint, basically.
The song is called I Hurt, which is a little on the nose, but that's the spirit.
Yeah, and I said, come on, Miss Auto-Tune.
I wrote in my notes from the legendary House of Auto-Tune.
Yeah. The sock bun goes crazy. That sock bun is almost the circumference of her entire head.
Brooke Highland Grammy win.
It's nuts. Kelly says she's really proud. What a terrible idea this was. I hate this. The girls are in the green room getting ready for the group. Jill asks Gia if she would take all the girls to nationals, and she's like, ask me after they dance.
Gia said has been media trained.
Yeah.
I on the prize.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ask me once we know the results. Period. Mm-hmm. The group goes, the number is like odd, but they crush it, I think. Christy says it's been a minute since she's been this emotionally invested in a group dance. She's like, please, I want them to win so bad to stick it to Abby, who fucking sucks. Like, I cannot be more invested if I tried. It's
Also,
amazing.
on the note of Christy, baby, if you're hearing this, the girls are out and I live.
Oh,
like,
her
the
tits?
dress.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy. So she's redeemed herself from the top of the episode.
Yeah, from that fucking
She said,
dress.
I heard y'all through the screen. I heard y'all bitches were hating.
Yeah, what do you know about this?
What you
She
got on
whips out a
this?
boob.
She whips a boob out. He said, hey.
What questions do you have for me about this?
Right. You bitches could never.
We get to the awards, and the like announcer or whoever is like throwing out T-shirts and just like tossing them into the audience,
Camp.
and then they stop, and then Christy's like, "We want T-shirts." It's like, girl, enough.
I straight up embarrassed myself at the last minor league ball game I went to. I went to a Sounds game here like a month ago or so, and I was like shrieking at this guy for a shirt.
Shrieking.
I was just like over and over again, like,
Give me a
shirt. He's like looking up. He made eye contact with me 4 or 5 times, threw one directly towards me, and frickin' Chandler, my little brother's wife, reached out, snatched it in front of me, and wouldn't give it to me.
What an idiot.
I would have brought out the gun.
Embarrassed.
Pull out the Glock.
As far as I'm concerned, she's not family anymore.
Yeah, for
Word.
real. Disinherited.
Disavowed.
Write her out of the will.
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone, girl.
Who's the brother she's married to?
Jacob.
Hate that brother.
I,
On the
Jail.
shit list now.
he's
On
the one
shit
that
list.
yelled up at me that one
I
time that you
know.
loved.
The only time I've ever encountered this man. Have I told you about this?
Yeah, but speak on it.
So I've said this story a million times. I'm going to say it again. The only time I've ever met Jacob, the only time I've ever met either of Eli's brothers was Jacob. Listeners of the pod who listened last week will remember the lore of the summer of 2019 when Eli and I were hanging out like damn near every day. And there was a day that Jacob came over to visit Eli. And I'm downstairs, and Jacob comes in downstairs. Eli's upstairs, and Jacob's like, hey, I'm Jacob. And I'm like, hi, I'm Amanda. And he's like, where's Eli? And I'm like, oh, I think he's upstairs. And he looks at the coffee table, and he sees that there's, like, takeout, like, stuff on the table. And he's like, did Eli get food? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And I was like, I think he did before I got here. And he was like, he said we were going to go get food together. And Jacob, who hasn't seen Eli in, like, months, looks up at the ceiling, like, where Eli allegedly is, like, up top. And he's like, hey, Eli! And Eli's like, what? And he goes, fuck you! And it was amazing.
I just went, okay.
You're like, all right. Like, that's just how they speak to each other. It was amazing.
Has been our entire life.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Hey, what order is he? Is
He's
he
the youngest.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Sure.
Yeah.
Youngest child behavior.
It's giving youngest child, yeah, for sure. As a younger child, I can speak on that. Asia gets first. It's awards time. Asia gets first. Duh.
Still batting 1,000.
Yeah. Brooke gets fourth.
Yikes.
Abby is going to freak the fuck out. This is not going to go well.
Anything, even if she had
Even if
gotten
she won
first,
first, yeah, she still would be mad.
It would be still no noise.
Yeah, it's true.
None.
Maddie gets first. Duh. Melissa sobbing.
Can you imagine if she didn't get first? Like, she just did not place.
I know, that would be so
people would be
that would
gagged.
Crazy.
It's like, this song's for you, last place. Yeah. I don't
And
lived.
then that's on chronic illness, and they're like, last place.
I lived.
Crazy.
She said, this song's for my friend Hannah.
Maddie dedicates her trophy and her win to Hannah. Hannah, bestie, if you're listening, Do you still have the trophy?
Sound in.
Maddie gives her this 5-foot tall trophy. It's insane.
She said, I'm giving my trophy to Hannah because I have 2 million others at home.
Yeah, because this
I'm
one
running
means
out of
nothing to
space.
me. It's a piece of plastic.
Yes.
Mama, it's plastic.
A piece of fabric.
It's a piece of fabric. Hannah keeps the trophy. It's a little uncomfortable, but whatever. The group gets first.
Work.
Christy, when she heard that another group was announced as second, she tensed up. She was like, oh my God. And they got announced. She
DIVA.
exploded.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you would have thought
lit.
that she had won the Super Bowl. It was crazy.
She did.
That
She's
was
going to
their
Disney
Super
World.
Bowl.
She is going to Disney World, yeah.
That was their Super Bowl.
In the green room, Jill and Christy literally do-si-do. They link arms and they start skipping in a circle
It's so
because
funny.
they're so excited. It's so funny. Melissa calls Abby to tell her the results. Someone named Mandy answers the phone. Don't know who she is or what she's doing on the phone, but okay.
I loved this conversation.
And she's like, hello? This is Mandy. I'm answering Abby's phone. And Melissa's like, okay, where's Abby?
Is Abby there? And there's a long
pause.
No.
Like, okay. And no one really knows or is saying where she is. This Mandy person doesn't say where they are, what's going on.
Mandy said, bitch, I don't know shit.
Yeah. Leslie is being an Abby apologist, and she's like, she doesn't owe us anything. Kelly points out that the only thing that Abby said definitely was that she wouldn't come back until Brooke and Paige are gone, so she thinks it's personal.
Yeah, well, Leslie brought up, she was like, well, Abby isn't here because of her mom. And Kelly's like, she didn't mention her mom at all. She only mentioned us.
Yeah.
She's a point.
So we have we have nothing to think other than that it's personal.
We have no reason to believe that her mom has anything to do with it, that her mom's health has any...
No.
And would they be wrong?
No. And I think Abby's mom has been sick in the past, and she's just said it. She's been like, I need to go be with my mom, which is fair. That's obviously a very understandable thing.
Yeah, sure.
But for whatever reason, she didn't say it this week, which is weird. I don't know. And then the girls were like, yeah, we really wish that Abby could have been here to see us dominate the field.
Sure.
But whatever. And then that's it. That's the end of the episode.
Yay.
What do you bitches know about a song of the week?
I know everything about her.
What do you have, girl?
What do you want me to have?
Song of the week.
Oh, got it.
What do you got?
Excellent. Thank you for the guidance. Right now,
Do you need someone else to go first?
Please.
Eli, what's your
I
song
have
of
to
the
be
week?
sure.
I don't necessarily know if this is appropriate for the playlist, but This Is America by Childish Gambino.
That's very appropriate for the playlist.
All right, cool.
Add it.
When I was teaching high school music, we had a unit. Well, it was a class on music history and culture, and we took a full day to break down that music video, and then the next couple of days after, we did some follow up research on all the symbolism and stuff that's in it. And the kids ate that shit up.
It's
they
crazy.
Loved it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That song goes crazy.
Yeah, listening to the song is great. It bumps, all that's great. But going and watching the music video, you might need to watch it several times and then do one of those YouTube breakdowns
Do a
of
deep
it.
dive.
Yeah, because there is there are so many layers to it, and it's wonderful. It's really good.
My song of the week, I haven't really been listening to a lot of music this week because I've been listening to an audiobook. I'm really trying to get through a book that's called My Dark Vanessa. I don't know if I necessarily recommend it. Stay tuned for next week. I'm going to try to finish it tonight if I can. But the song that's just the default, the song that is literally always in my fucking brain is the song Chihiro by Billie Eilish.
Can you spell that?
C-H-I, and then it'll probably pop up.
It did not.
C-H-I-H-I-R-O.
There it is.
Chihiro.
All caps?
Yeah. It is the symbolism and the imagery is loosely based on the movie Spirited Away, which is a Studio G movie. So good. And Chihiro is the name of one of the characters.
The main character, the FMC.
That song is so good. I love
so
that
good.
song. I'm so excited for that concert.
Yay.
Jacob?
The song that I'm selecting at this time, I've been listening to a lot of music because I've been driving a lot.
You've been really driving a lot. You want to complain any more about it or no?
No, that's all I have for now.
Jake, I would love to hear more about how you've been driving a lot.
Oh my God, Eli. We're both spoken for, please. Please, if you want to sleep with me, just say that.
Just be honest, girl.
I'm just giving you a hard time. The song that I'm selecting just came out with an EP. Chrissy Klopeka, what do you know about her? Twitter, I said, do you know the song?
Yes.
Girly Pop is the titular song.
Yep.
If you've been a fan of the podcast for a while and you've heard what I've had to say about songs of the week, you know I love a vocoder moment. And Chrissy Klopeka loves to give it to me.
Love a vocoder.
Hyper pop, girly moment. Peach PRC coded.
Yes. Oh,
Chicago native.
What was the
love
artist's
her.
name?
Chrissy Klopeka, ChrissysYCHLAA.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have heard of Peach PRC before. P.S. to Florence.
Hey, girl.
The song Josh gets me all the way together. I love that song. And I'm not like I don't stan necessarily. I'm not into her music like that, but I had heard that song that you recommended to me before, and I love Peach. Love Peach PRC.
You would also love, I Think I Loved You Before. It's a good song by her.
Peach
By her as well.
PRC?
You would like that song too.
Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Pyramid. You can follow us on Instagram. Our group Instagram is at The Pyramid Pod. Do you want the people to fuck around and find out, or no?
They can give their best shot.
Okay. What are you on Instagram?
On Instagram, I am at JAYLIDD 1998.
Slay.
I would like for you to guess why. Drop your guess in the comments.
You can follow me personally on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at notamandab_. My personal TikTok, some of you have found me there, is at nerd.alert723. I'm funny on there sometimes.
And I'm on Instagram at Eli_farmer_.
Damn. What a group of fast-talking bitches today.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, girl.
You were not listening to this episode on 0.25 speed. It's just the power of being a homosexual.
2.5 speed or 0.25 speed?
Both.
Okay.
On 1.25 speed.
If you are listening if you're listening one in one ear, one in the other, could help.
Maybe you should listen to this episode at a quarter of its original speed.
I'm drunk as hell.
It is it's the power of being a homosexual, I fear.
I fear you're correct.
Okay, the camera stopped recording right after we did the outro, and
Perfect.
I can't rob you of the operatic stylings of one Mr. Elijah Farmer. So
I'm gonna fuck it up now, though.
Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Slay.
I cut it off early because I was nervous.